People often believe that being taken seriously requires explanation. They believe respect is earned through clarity, detail, and constant articulation. They assume that if something is not said clearly and immediately, it will be misunderstood or ignored. This belief shapes how many people behave in social and professional spaces. They speak quickly. They clarify preemptively. They explain their intentions before anyone asks. Psychologically, this behavior feels reasonable. It feels responsible. It feels mature. But human perception does not work the way people assume it does. Long before words are evaluated, the nervous system is already responding. Before explanations are processed, presence is assessed. Before logic is weighed, emotional signals are registered. This is where calm begins to matter. Not calm as politeness, not calm as friendliness, but calm as internal regulation. When someone remains regulated while others become reactive, the difference is felt immediately, not consciously, but instinctively. The human nervous system is constantly scanning for stability. It looks for coherence in behavior. It orients toward what feels organized when uncertainty appears. Calm people often do not realize how much information they are communicating simply by not reacting. Their restraint becomes a signal. Most individuals leak psychological information continuously, through tone, through posture, through pacing, through micro-adjustments they do not notice. They reveal urgency. They reveal anxiety. They reveal the need to be understood. Calm individuals reveal something else. They reveal that nothing urgent is happening internally, that they are not compelled to manage perception in real time, that they can tolerate ambiguity without correcting it immediately. This tolerance is rare, and rarity is noticed. In social interaction, the person who feels less urgency is often granted more authority, not because they demand it, but because they appear less governed by the interaction itself. They are not trying to win the moment. They are not trying to resolve discomfort as quickly as possible. They are not trying to control how they are seen. They are present without being dependent on outcome. This changes everything. When tension enters a space, many people respond by increasing output. They speak more. They explain more. They justify themselves. Speech becomes a form of self-regulation. But when someone does not do this, when they remain internally steady, the contrast becomes visible. The calm person allows the moment to breathe. They allow silence to exist. They allow uncertainty to remain unresolved. This restraint communicates capacity. It suggests that the person can hold tension without collapsing into reaction, that they do not require immediate relief, that they are not threatened by misunderstanding. Psychologically, this is interpreted as seriousness, not seriousness as severity, but seriousness as depth. People begin to assume there is more beneath the surface, more thought, more experience, more discernment. Silence invites projection, and projection often inflates perceived authority. This is not manipulation. It is a natural psychological response. When information is withheld, the mind fills the gap, and it often fills it with meaning. This is one reason calm people are often attributed qualities they never claimed: confidence, competence, authority. Not because these qualities are performed, but because they are not contradicted by reactive behavior. Another factor is pacing. Calm individuals do not rush their responses. They respond when the response has weight. This creates the impression that their words matter, not because of content alone, but because of timing. Words that are not immediately available are valued more. In contrast, constant explanation reduces impact, even when the explanation is intelligent. The nervous system adapts quickly to excess stimulation. It learns what can be ignored. Calm disrupts this adaptation. When someone speaks less, others listen more. When someone reacts less, others watch more carefully. Attention follows restraint. This becomes especially visible in group settings. There is often one person who does not compete for airtime, who does not interrupt, who does not assert themselves aggressively. They observe. They wait. When they finally speak, the room shifts. People look toward them, not because authority was demanded, but because presence created gravity. Over time, this effect compounds. Each instance of restraint reinforces the perception of seriousness. Each moment of non-reactivity adds to the sense that this person is not governed by impulse. Eventually, others begin to defer without understanding why. They pause before speaking. They choose words more carefully. They seek confirmation indirectly. Authority emerges without announcement. Calm people are often unaware of this influence. They are not attempting to lead. They are simply regulated. But regulation is contagious. Human nervous systems mirror one another. They attune to what feels stable. This attunement creates hierarchy without declaration. Another reason calm people are taken seriously is that they do not over-identify with outcomes. They care, but they are not attached in ways that distort behavior. They can disagree without escalating. They can assert without aggression. They can disengage without resentment. This flexibility signals psychological maturity. Maturity is respected intuitively. It suggests experience. It suggests perspective. It suggests that the person has encountered complexity before and remained intact. Others feel safer around this energy. Safety is often misunderstood. It is not softness. It is not weakness. Psychologically, safety increases influence. People listen more openly when they do not feel threatened. They resist less. They consider more. Calm creates this safety without reassurance. It does not promise comfort. It demonstrates stability. There is also an element of unpredictability, not chaos, but non-automatic response. When people cannot anticipate how you will react, they slow down. They become more deliberate. They monitor themselves more closely. This self-monitoring is often labeled respect. The calm person becomes a fixed point in the interaction. Others orient around them. This is the foundation of authority that does not require explanation. It is not derived from dominance. It is not derived from performance. It is derived from coherence, from alignment between inner state and outer behavior. When this alignment exists, there is no excess movement, no psychological leakage, no need to persuade. The person feels complete within themselves, and completeness is compelling. People sense when someone is not seeking something from them, not validation, not agreement, not control. This absence of demand changes the relational dynamic entirely. The calm individual is not pulling on the interaction. They are not pushing against it. They are simply present. Presence without agenda is rare, and rarity draws attention. Over time, this presence becomes associated with seriousness, not because the person is rigid, but because they are not scattered. They respond as a whole, not in fragments. Others adjust naturally. They explain themselves more. They justify more. They fill the space the calm person leaves open. In doing so, they reveal more than they intended. The calm person listens, not passively, but with containment. This listening becomes a signal. It suggests discernment. It suggests patience. It suggests that not everything requires commentary. In a world saturated with commentary, this restraint stands out. It creates contrast, and contrast creates meaning. This is why calm people are taken seriously without explaining themselves. Their behavior communicates before their words do. Their regulation sets the tone. Others respond instinctively. This process does not rely on charisma. It does not rely on status. It does not rely on force. It relies on something quieter. The capacity to remain internally organized when the external environment becomes noisy. This capacity develops slowly, through experience, through exposure to discomfort, through repeated restraint. It cannot be performed convincingly for long. People sense its authenticity over time, and once it is sensed, explanation becomes unnecessary, because the behavior is already spoken.